AHMED IFL TV MTK Global. What's the main event?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, slow burning night, enjoyed the Fowler fight, Billum Smith, great performance, Hopi Price, great learning fight, but didn't quite have the drama of the week before until we got to the main event. Another fight of the year. I mean, you imagine that in a packed out Echo or Sheffield Arena. Unbelievable. What an advert for women's boxing. Such a close fight. I was just reading social media. I was sitting with Dave Colwell. I said, I got Tasha Jonas one up here going into the last. I actually had Terry Harper winning the last, but some people had Jonas winning the last. I felt that if anyone was going to get it, it would be Tasha. But can't argue with a draw, and I think we've got to see it again immediately. I thought it was fucking brilliant. I thought Natasha Jonas, like, no one gave her a chance, right? And what I see this week was someone who was very, very focused, and she was absolutely sensational. Sensational, boxed so well with the cut. She was badly hurt in the second round, came back, and listen, Terry's 23, going to learn so much, but I think Natasha deserves a huge amount of credit, and we have to see that again.
We're moving to light bit.
Yeah.
Rest of the card. Billum Smith started well. Easy
that right on there? Is it
yeah,
too
perfect.
bright?
Yeah.
I thought Billum Smith I love Billum Smith. I think he looks fucking sensational out of a catalogue model, doesn't he? He's very aggressive. He punches very hard, just a level above Nathan Thorley. You know, Thorley was hurt in the first round. In the second round, he decided to have a go, and he just walked onto an absolute beast of a right hand. Great performance. I want to see him in with Tommy McCarthy now for the European title. I think that's the fight. I think Chris Billum Smith has a big future.
He still asked for the Reactpour rematch.
Yeah, we want to see that. I think he has to fight Juma, Reactpour, and if he comes through that, we can make the Billum Smith fight as well. So I think Chris Billum Smith is, he's on board, mate. He's a quality fighter.
Future superstar and Hopi Price.
Yeah, great fight. I mean, listen, shout out to Johnny Phillips. Fucking what a man. That's what we want in these fights. I mean, like I said, his third fight at 20 years of age wouldn't normally, people think, oh, what do you mean you wouldn't normally put him in with Johnny Phillips? We didn't know he was going to handle him like that. I thought it was a great performance, composed. The way he held him up on the inside was what impressed me the most. We know he's got great feet. We know he's got great shot selection. But the strength he showed and the boxing brain he showed, I thought it was a great performance.
Obviously, Real Madrid Man City was on tonight.
Yeah.
Do you think that would affect the ratings, Eddie?
Yeah, inevitably. But I think that finished about 5 minutes before the ring walks for the main event. So, I think when you're talking about pushing women's boxing, you've got that as a main event. You're always sceptical about the ratings, but I think it would have done well. I mean, but sometimes even better than the ratings. When you get a fight like that, kind of not irrelevant, but that's so important to get that. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, the night up till that fight wasn't as good as last week's night up to that point. So it was really important that we got a blinder, and I didn't expect we'd get a blinder like that. That was fucking unbelievable. And I think next week, to be honest with you,
Tough sell?
No, I think next week, I think it's a sleeper card. All right, Omar.
No, I'm saying.
Tough sell.
Is it? No, the third week?
No, I think it's the best week of the three.
Okay.
Honestly, I think we'll get the best fights. I think Doherty against Fox is a great fight. No one's even talking about Conway Mansour. It's a really well-matched fight. You got Eric Donovan against Zelfa Barrett. Really tough fight for Zelfa Barrett. Shannon Courtney against Rachel Ball. A lot of people believe Rachel Ball's going to turn Shannon Courtney over. Tough test. And Cash Wellborn will be an absolute war. So I actually think that will be the best of these 3 weeks. Might be a lower profile, like you say. Tough sell was the wrong word. But, listen, at the end of the day, we've had 2 fight of the year contenders back to back. Fucking hell, what more do you want?
So Povetkin, Chisora and Allen all arrive in the bubble?
No, because yesterday we got special dispensation from the government to allow an elite athlete exemption for Dillian Whyte, Alexander Povetkin, Delphine Persoon, which was good news because they put a quarantine on Belgium yesterday, and Katie Taylor. So now they only have to come in 7 days before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay. That makes sense.
Povetkin was due to arrive tonight or tomorrow morning, and now he comes next Saturday.
Still sparring Del Boy?
No, because he'll finish his sparring before he comes. So big news for them, because you've been in a bubble, and 14 days in there can do all sorts to you.
Dillian Whyte's confirmed tonight that Xavier Miller will be his trainer. Thoughts?
Yeah, look, they've worked well together, haven't they? I mean, I think Dillian really knows what he's doing now. He's really is a guy who has been impressed me in terms of his training. I mean, his camp in Portugal has been incredible. Like, he's in unbelievable shape. So he's happy, and that's all that matters. And as long as his head's in the right place, I think he's going to do a job on Alexander Povetkin. I think he's going to make a major statement.
Talk about the tweet from the WBC in a second, but Bob Arum's come out tonight and says he wants to do Fury-Whyte 3 in February.
Well, if he does, then I think that fight should be cancelled. I think that Dillian Whyte should be enforced immediately as the mandatory for Tyson Fury. You know, we've already got a deadline of end of February. Why can't they do the fight? Yes, we know there's a pandemic, but Joshua's fighting. You know, all the other major fights are going to take place, so I don't see how that's even an argument. So if that's the case, we'll be pushing hard to make sure that actually we could do Tyson Fury against Dillian-Whyte now. We'll do it on pay-per-view. It's a monstrous fight. Does up 1.5 million,
Where?
2 million buys anywhere.
Here?
Saudi, here, oh yeah, don't make, you know.
Really?
Yeah. Because honestly, like, you know, all right.
But you want a gate for that, surely.
Yeah, you do, but the pay-per-view numbers are huge for that fight. So that's a big fight, you know. So why not do that now? But he's got to beat Povetkin.
Why do you think Bob said that? Is it because of the tweet from the WBC today?
Maybe. He messaged me saying he wants to talk to me tomorrow, so we'll see.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Any more correspondence from Frank?
No, we had the call. You know, I saw his interview with you after. I mean, it's always back to his old, you know. But look, I said before, happy to meet him. You know, I think that we should be able to have conversations between ourselves. You know, it's a bit strange before, but you know, I will say that I've worked my bollocks off over 10 years to get in this position, and I'm not sure I'm feeling charitable enough to give just someone an olive branch to help them back up to me. And that's not meaning to be arrogant, but I feel like we're in a great position at the moment. Doesn't mean I won't entertain something that might be good for the sport and might be good for our business and might be good for our fighters. But if all three of those boxes aren't ticked, I ain't doing nothing. So if it works for me, our fighters, our broadcasters, we may have something to do, but what we will do is we'll have the conversation and we'll talk.
And hopefully that conversation goes well next month or whenever it is. Billy Joe Saunders done an interview today. He says that he's going to get on to you. What is going on with Billy? Have you got any opponents lined up?
Yeah, I mean, he ruled himself out of the Canelo fight. Obviously, that fight didn't end up taking place in September 12th. And now he's ready to go, like all these guys. You know, Callum Smith was down here tonight as representative of Natasha Jonas. He's ready to fight. You know, you got John Ryder, you got Josh Warrington, you got Luke Campbell, you got... Billy Joe Saunders, Josh Warrington. I mean, all of our top guys ready to go. You know, so we've got to find fights for him.
Specifically for Billy?
Callum Smith, Demetrius Andrade, Chris Eubank Jr., Canelo, if it goes on a bit longer.
Billy said he won't entertain that.
No, but, you know, at the end of the day, money talks. And if it's a big pay-per-view fight, it's up to him, isn't it? I mean, the only thing I will do is put options to him and MTK, and then it's up to them which route they take.
Last thing, how did it go without the crowd noise on Twitter? What was the reception?
I haven't... Generally, I looked at it early on and they said, we love it, much better. But that's the hardcore boxing fans. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the hardcore boxing fans. So let's see what the general thoughts were. We'll go back, we'll get the feedback from the hardcore, the casuals, the fans, everybody, and we'll try and improve again for week 3. And next Friday, I really think you're going to get the best of the 3 so far.
All right, Eddie, well done. Have a good night.
Cheers, boys.